Buenos días, amigos. ¿Cómo están?
Who's ready to start? I am. All right, are you ready? A good morning to Shoe Fly. Ready? Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everyone. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
everyone.
everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to have some fun? Stand up and turn around, then sit back on the ground or in your chair. Give me a great big clap. Let me hear it. Now fold your hands in your lap. Okay, next is, all right, I love you. And remember to get your hands out. What's the pinky do? Do you remember what the pinky is? How did the pinky go to school? Do you remember? This little finger went to school in a car. Vroom, vroom. This little finger rode the bus. This tall finger rode his bicycle, and this one chose to walk. And this thumb lives so far away that he had to go up the hill and down, up the hill and down, up the hill and around to get inside the school. You can change the school to your house too, right? To get inside your house. Maybe he's walking, or the store. You can go anywhere. Where would you like to go? I would like to go back to school, but sometime. All right, we are going to read a book called Stone Soup, and it's going to take us 2 days to read this book. We're going to read half of it today, and we're going to read the other half of it tomorrow, okay? And I have a little bookmark. It's a little popsicle, like a foam popsicle stick as my bookmark. And you can do that at home with your books too. You might be looking at a book and say, oh, I kind of want to go play or do something else. Then what you can do is you can cut out, you can make a bookmark. You can either cut one out, it can just be a piece of paper that you stick in there. You can decorate one. You can use anything as a bookmark. And that way, the next time you go, you can say, oh, I want to read that book again. Here's where I left off. And then you'll
We'll
know.
have to put that in as an activity for you, friends, so you
We
don't
should.
forget.
Maybe we can do that. Yeah, let's see. Bookmark. Maybe we'll do that this week. That would be fun, right? Maybe we can do that. I'll have to look. Maybe
Add it in.
if you bring paper and markers. Might be fun, right? Let's see. Stone Soup. Ooh, what are those guys? Who are they? Look at them. They're soldiers. How many are there? 3 of them, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 soldiers trudged down a road in a strange country. They were on their way home from the wars. Besides being tired, they were hungry. In fact, they had eaten nothing in 2 days. That would make me very hungry and maybe even a little crabby, right? How I would like a good dinner tonight, said the first, and a bed to sleep in, said the second. But all of that is impossible, said the third. We must march on. On they marched, and suddenly ahead of them they saw lights of a village. Maybe we'll find a bite to eat there, said the first. And a loft to sleep in, said the second. No harm in asking, said the third. Now the peasants of that place feared strangers. When they heard that 3 soldiers were coming down the road, they talked among themselves. I wonder what they said. Let's see. Here come 3 soldiers. Soldiers are always hungry, but we have little enough for ourselves. And they hurried to hide their food. They pushed sacks of barley under the hay in the lofts, and they lowered buckets of milk down the wells. They spread old quilts over the carrot bins, and they hid cabbages and potatoes under the beds. Oh no, that had to have been stinky, right? If you put cabbage under your bed. They hung their meat in the cellars, that's like the basement underneath the ground. And they hid all they had to eat. And then they waited. The soldiers stopped at the first house of Paul and Francosi. Good evening to you, they said. Could you spare a bit of food for 3 hungry soldiers? We have had no food for ourselves for 3 days, said Paul. Oh, Francosi made a sad face. It has been a poor harvest, she said. The 3 soldiers went on to the house of Albert and Louise. Could you spare a bit of food? And have you some corner where we could sleep for the night? Oh, no, said Albert. We gave all we could spare to the soldiers who came before you, and our beds are full, said Louise. Are they being kind? They're so afraid of strangers that are they being kind? Are they making kind choices? I want you to think about that. At Vincent and Marie's, the answer was the same. It had been a poor harvest and all the grain must be kept for seed. So they went throughout the whole village and not a peasant had any food to give away. They all had good reasons. One family had used the grain for feed, another an old sick father to care for. They all had too many mouths to feed. All the villagers stood in the street and sighed. They looked hungry as they could, and the 3 soldiers talked together. They don't look sad, though. They kind of are smiling. I wonder what they're going to do. Then the first soldier called out, "Good people!" And the peasants drew near. "We are 3 hungry soldiers in a strange land. We have asked you for food, and you have no food. Well, then, we'll have to make stone soup." The peasants stared. Stone soup? That would be something to know about. We'll first need a large iron pot, the soldier said. The peasants brought the largest pot they could find. How else to cook enough? That's none too large, said the soldiers, but it will do. And now water to fill and a fire to heat it. It took many buckets of water to fill the pot, and a fire was built on the village square, and the pot was set to boil. Okay, I think we're going to stop there. What is going to happen? Let's see. We had 3 hungry soldiers, and the peasants, the townspeople all hid their food. They all hid it, and they pretended they didn't have enough to share because they were afraid. But the soldiers were clever, and they said, we are going to make stone soup. So tomorrow we will read the rest of that story about how to make stone soup. Do you think stone soup would taste good?
Doesn't sound very yummy.
Yeah, no. Do you think the townspeople will end up telling the truth and sharing their food? Something to think about. Okay, we'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out. That's the excitement about reading a long book, right? It sometimes takes a long time to read it. All right, let's see you later. Okay, let's sing. See you later. See you later. See you later when we meet again. See you later.